Hello again my friends, this is the Boy Needs Dog and welcome to the channel where I talk about play, rank and review games on the Evercade old and new. In today's episode we are continuing our rebutchers of the first year of Evercade as the 5th anniversary is this year, with our ranking of the 8th console cart, Mega Cat Studios Collection 1. Now this is interesting as it's the first time we are out of the shadows of the big names in sequel carts. What's also interesting is Mega Cat Studios began in 2015, but all their games are made for classic consoles. So for a lot of folks first getting this cart, these might all be new and certainly refreshing. Before we start, I always have to add that this is for fun and only my personal ranking. As response, I would love to hear your ranking. Sometimes a game will be higher up the list not because it's technically better, but because it sounds like, have weird tastes and maybe just prefer it. Okay, this should be a good one. Let's get stuck in. Number 10. And in 10th place is Justice Duel. Developed and published by Mega Cat Studios and originally released in 2019. Take to the skies on the back of scientifically engineered eagles and joust against AI android patriots for America's past. It's a fun little game with elements of joust and a shooter, nothing offensive about it. The idea that you take control of an android president is funny, but only a surface thing. In the end, I found this game I came back to the least over time. It just doesn't have the pearl of the rest of the titles in this collection. So for that reason alone, it had to be last. Number 9. And in 9th place is Little Medusa. Developed and published by Mega Cat Studios and originally released in 2019. This is quite a cool little puzzler, only marred by frustrations. I love that it has a map, I always do. It's also cool you use the enemies to beat the puzzles by shoving them into spaces you can't cross. The aesthetics are groovy too. Who doesn't like some Greek mythology? I think it was probably the frustration levels that kept me coming back as often as the preceding games. Other than that, I think it's quite a cool idea. Number 8. And in 8th place is Coffee Crisis. Developed and published by Mega Cat Studios and originally released in 2017. The Smugglings have come to Earth to steal our three most precious commodities: coffee, metal music and Wi-Fi. Interesting note, this game was created in collaboration by the Black Forge Coffee House in Pittsburgh, where the game is set. They penned the story. Now, being obsessed with coffee, I was surprised I didn't dig this game as much as I thought. It has some cool visual designs for a side-scrolling beat 'em up, especially the wacky looking later levels, but I found the regular attack a bit pants if I'm honest, and the change of scenery didn't seem to be enough to keep things ultra interesting. But it's a decent enough beat 'em up, just nothing stands out apart from the design. Number 7. And in 7th place is Logjammers, developed and published by Mega Cat Studios and originally released in 2017. Okay, so I was surprised at how much of a laugh this game is. It's very fast and frantic, and sometimes I feel it's a bit hard to judge where it's going. So staying in the middle and always holding down the speed button before the throw is a must. A lot of luck I think too. A silly but enjoyable little game. number 6. And in 6th place is Creepy Brawlers, a boxing game developed and published by Mega Cat Studios and originally released in 2017. Another game I surprised myself with how much I enjoyed it. It can be tricky until you learn the opponent's tell and moves. But once you do, it's quite fun beating each one. It's very reminiscent of Punch-Out! I also like you're against such things as zombies and vampires. Nothing truly spectacular here, but yeah, more fun than you would first think. Number 5. And in 5th place is Almost Hero, developed and published by Mega Cat Studios and originally released in 2016. I found this game quite enjoyable. You start in a hub area where you can choose from a variety of routes to take. There's woods, dojo, city, sewers and the tower, a locked area that only becomes available once you completed the other routes. In the hub area there's a dude who sells stuff and basic health refills and more intriguing speed, health, punch and kick permanent upgrades. Grab a health item, you can only hold one, and choose a route, beating up and grabbing coins on the way to the boss. Beat the boss and make your way back to the hub with your gains, but warning, if you die you get transported straight to the hub and lose half your coinage. So grind the first few areas of each route and make your way back when you have enough for a permanent upgrade. And make sure you always carry health to take. You have a basic kick and punch and a jump kick if you press both buttons together. To be honest, it's best to stick to the jump kick as much as possible until you grab both kick and punch upgrades, which won't take you that long. The bosses and returning to the hub are much easier when you're fully powered up. The game isn't massive, but it kept me entertained for a fair bit while I was grinding and trying to best each path. Some route bosses are much easier than others. Number 4. And in 4th place is Multi-Dudes, a puzzle game developed by Retro Souls and published by Mega Cat Studios and originally released in 2014. A fantastic little puzzler that will have you scratching your head trying to solve each round. Each of the dudes works differently from the last, so trying to get them all to the goal space can be tricky. Also how to make them all work together. Some can hover and be used as a stepping stone, some can smash through the floor, and some can push blocks. And later there are smaller versions that can change a type to a different version when collected. A great pick up and play puzzler that I often go back to give that next puzzle one more try. Of course the other side of that is, once you've solved a room, you'll always know how to solve it. But it'll take a while before you're like that with every round. Bloody good game. Number 3. And in third place is Super Painter, a puzzle game developed and published by Retro Souls and originally released in 2018. Okay, this is a weird one. I adore playing this on the XP. I find it harder to play on the VS. It's the jump. On the VS, it's a bloody dick. I don't know if I'm going mad, as I don't have this issue on the XP, and the game is an absolute joy. On the VS, I find it a little frustrating because of this. Isn't that odd? Surely it should be the same. So the only reasoning behind that is, I'm mad. Anyway, yeah, this is a good game when I'm playing on the XP. Number 2. And in second place is Old Towers, a puzzle game developed and published by Retro Souls and originally released in 2019. Oh, the sheer joy of this game. Is it the awesome soundtrack? Is it the fast-paced zooming around? Is it the way the levels are played out? It's all these things. Everything just gels. It's gorgeous and edible, and I fucking love it. Play it and I'm sure you'll love it too. Bloody amazing. Number 1. And in first place is, of course, Tanzer. A side-scrolling fast-paced hack and slash published by Mega Cat Studios and originally released in 2019. This game is peak. Very much with Strider sitting on its shoulder whispering sweet nothings in his ear. It would be at the top spot for quite a few collections if they had it. I love it. I love how bloody hard and unforgiving it is. I love the music, the frantic nature, your character's moveset, the design, the choice of route at the end of the levels, the little shop, and the fact that all they want to do is dance. And we should let them, quite frankly. And my final thoughts on this collection, it's a bit of a banger. There's nothing to really dislike. Yeah, a couple are okay and you won't go back after a time. Unless of course you do. But the top of this list are some fantastic games that kind of bump the whole collection up a few notches on the list for me. There's a lot of fun to be had here with only a few frustrations. I myself will buy this collection for Old Towers and Tenzo alone. I honestly love them games that much. What a lovely delight after all the well-known titles of previous collections in the first year. And it should be in everyone's Evercade collection. In my opinion, of course. And if you've made it here to the end of the episode, thanks ever so much for joining me. Leave a thumbs up or comment if you'd like. But even if not, I'm still chuffed you pegged your head in for a goosey gander. Join me in the next episode of the series when we'll be taking on the juggernaut that is the 9th Evercade console Pico Interactive Collection 1. I hope you're having an awesome day, my friends. And until next we meet, be seeing you.